Welcome back to another episode of the Kings related podcast, wherever you may be. And before we get into the crumps of this mini pod, um, if you're listening on audio form on Apple and on Spotify, please drop a follow and a 5-star um, rating and review. That would be much appreciated. If you're over on our Kings related YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notify bell, and that thumbs up. That goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm to spread the word of what I'm trying to do over here at the Kings related podcast. There was some news on early Wednesday morning with the Sacramento Kings and free agent sharpshooter Doug McDermott has agreed to a deal with the Sacramento Kings. And Doug McDermott, who split last season between the San Antonio Spurs and the Indiana Pacers, averaging around 5.5 points a game over 64 games. Doug McDermott joins the Kings, who hope to be a Western Conference playoff contender. He's entering his 11th NBA season, providing an accomplished veteran and sharpshooter and respected teammate. And if you remember, the Kings were afforded this roster flexibility to add Dougie McBuckets because they traded Jalen McDaniels to the San Antonio Spurs on Monday. And remember, the Kings picked up Jalen McDaniels in a trade this past offseason that sent Davion Mitchell and Sasha Vezenkov to Toronto. And then since then, Sasha Vezenkov went back to overseas to play. Davion's still with the Raptors. Jalen McDaniels came in, but not anymore. Jalen McDaniels was not great. And I really like this move of picking up Doug McDermott. He's got a history with Domantas Sabonis. They were teammates in Indiana. He shares the same agency with current King Kevin Hertel. So what Doug McDermott brings offensively to this Kings team. We know how the Kings like to run those DHO actions with Domantas Sabonis. And Doug McDermott's gonna fit in just well. With those handoffs, sharp shooting skills. In his career, Doug McDermott is a 41% 3-point shooter. Just looking here at Basketball Reference page. On his career, he's a 41% 3-point shooter. Free throw shooter as well. Excellent free throw shooter, 80%. And from the field, he's close to 50% shooting from the field. He's going to bring the spacing. He's going to bring the shooting, but also it's the movement without the basketball. I believe, in my honest opinion, I think he's a solid player when he doesn't have the basketball in his hands of moving. And in this Kings offense, um, you're gonna need to have guys moving without the basketball because Domantas Sabonis most of the time is gonna have that ball in hand, and you gotta keep moving without the basketball. And Doug McDermott does that so well. And then plus you got Kevin Huerter, you got a Malik Monk. Just look at this bench now. For the Kings with a Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, Doug McDermott. When Trey Lyles comes back, you you got Jordan McLaughlin, you got an Alex Lynn, and when Devin Carter, the rookie, comes back later in the year, um, this is a real solid bench. You added some front court depth with the Doug McDermott signing. Defensively, he's not great defensively, but you didn't sign him for defense. And so far in the preseason, through 4 preseason games, the Kings have not shot the ball well from the point line. So Kings do play the Clippers on Thursday in Inglewood to wrap up the preseason. I don't know if we'll see them. Probably not. I don't know for sure. But I really do like this move for the Sacramento Kings. Adding Doug McDermott to this team. Just with that he's familiar with Domantas Sabonis going back to the days in Indiana. So yeah, the Kings signed Dougie McBuckets for the season. Again, 40 career 41% shooter from the three. So and again, the spacing, the moving without the basketball, the DHO handoffs, just perfect for what this Kings offense is going to wanting to do. Because I think this Kings offense, I think you're gonna see this team get back to where it was the first year under Mike Brown, and when they broke that 16-year playoff drought to get to the playoffs for the first time. I think you're going to see this offense get back to that this season and have Doug McDermott. I think that's going to help, a lot. So thanks for tuning in to this mini pod of the Kings related podcast. Once again, if you're listening to this episode on your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon, please give us a follow, leave a 5-star rating and a review, and we'll catch you next time right here on the next episode of the Kings related podcast. And go Kings.